Top of the evening, morning. I don't know what time it is where you are, but welcome everyone to the most interactive wrestling show on the interweb. Welcome to RTW. I'm Big Ohm. We got a lot to get into, a lot to talk about. Big week in professional wrestling. A big stream here today. Andrade back in AEW. When will he show up back in WWE? I make that bold prediction right here on this stream. My beard is very untamed. We're going to deal with that after the stream, but a lot of taming that needs to happen. I got to get a haircut this weekend. So much to do, so much to see, but if you guys like what you see or if you hate it, be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We got Super Fan Super Omega in the chat waving from Australia. G'day, mate. How you doing, Mo? Hopefully you're doing well. If you're in the chat, you guys know what to do. Hit that like button. You want to guarantee your question or statement is answered live on the air. Be sure to leave a super chat as well. Penelope Ford is in the chat saying good live stream. Thank you, Penelope. Shout out to Penelope Ford who got that win the other day on ROH, I believe. I believe I saw that. Or was that Collision? Was that a spoiler from Collision? I don't know. Regardless, I don't think Andrade will go back to WWE. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll get into it because there's oh my god, the hair is especially a mess today. But we'll talk about Andrade. We'll talk about everything that's going on there. That's a very interesting situation. I know people have questions like, well, what happened? Why wasn't there a non-compete? Well, why didn't he have his 90 days? What's going on? Well, we'll talk about all of that. Double in the chat says, I marked the absolute F out of Andrade. Genuinely shocked and happy for him. Because you told me, Big O, what I was waiting for. Mi hermano Andrade. Yup. We got to talk about Andrade. That's like basically the story of the week, right? And you know, if you guys want a full breakdown of the Andrade situation, even more so than I can give you here, there is a certain place you can go check out that will help you in do that, and that is the good folks, and by good folks I mean me, over at Wrestle Vibes. There we go. No shenanigans this time around, guys. Don't worry with the screen sharing. But we got here why Andrade returned to AEW. You guys seem to like that. So Andrade, by the way, shout out to Andrade. Back-to-back weeks of just banger videos as far as the response. So you guys want that full breakdown that kind of chronicles Andrade's coming to AEW, leaving AEW, coming back to WWE, then leaving WWE, then coming back to AEW, which is exactly what happened. That video is what you got to go check out after the stream. But the Andrade situation is very interesting. So let's talk about it. Andrade, of course, he was let go, or his contract lapsed following World's End 2023. Then he shows up at the Royal Rumble. Then he does about a year and a half, 2 years almost in WWE. And now in October of 2025, he reappears in All Elite Wrestling. A lot of people immediately, you know, we knew that Andrade was released from WWE. That news broke a couple of, I believe, a week or two ago. Question was, what does this mean? Like, not only what is next, but what's the status of his contract? Does he have a 90-day non-compete? What's going on? Evidently, he did not have a 90-day non-compete. Now, it has come out, according to, I believe, Fightful.com, which did a story on this, that Andrade did not have a non-compete with his release. And the reason for that is because he was outright fired for disciplinary reasons from the company. So if you are wondering, why was he able to show up? Why did he not have a 90-day non-compete? It is because he was not let go as part of recurring WWE releases. He was not let go because of the budget cuts, the proverbial budget cuts that we're all told about. This was a disciplinary action. We have since learned that Andrade it looks like, was failing wellness, or at least had multiple wellness violations. And given that, WWE felt like they had enough to forego paying him the 90-day non-compete. Because again, if you have a 90-day non-compete, that does not simply mean that you are not allowed to sign anywhere for 90 days. WWE actually pays you out for those 90 days as if you were still getting paid your contract for those 3 months. So instead of doing that, they just said, we want to cut ties completely, which kind of tells you where WWE and Andrade were in their relationship. Mind you, Andrade shows back up in AEW, which is a company that he left a year and a half ago, as I said, and a company where he was actually trying to get fired. He was actively trying to get fired from AEW. Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful actually told this story on his stream, so shout out to him. That everyone remembers that big fight that Andrade had with with Sammy Guevara, the other Sammy. He had a fight with Sammy Guevara in AEW where AEW officials came up to him and said, whatever you do, do not fight Sammy Guevara. There had been some instances. There had been obviously the big brawl out thing. AEW did not want it getting out. There were people fighting. So don't hurt your employees or your coworkers, I should say. Andrade said, okay. And the story goes, he's backstage having a conversation with the Hardys. He sees Sammy Guevara in the corner of his eye, walks away from the conversation briefly, excuses himself from the conversation, goes over and starts fighting Sammy Guevara. And just a minute or two later, after it's broken up, comes back and continues his conversation with the Hardys as if nothing happened, while Sammy Guevara is sitting there going, what the F? Andrade is a very interesting person, someone who AEW I would love to interview, which I don't think they'll ever let me interview Andrade, but he's obviously a wild one when it comes to that. And look, for him, he's one of the few people where it's like the grass is not greener on either side. And I said this when he was originally released from WWE here, that it would be weird for him to fit in immediately in anywhere in AEW. Was it a cool moment to see him in AEW? Sure. And they wanted probably a big surprise at the anniversary show. That being said, like, I thought that the way they had him become a part of the Don Callis family was actually probably the best thing they could do, because this at least grounds him in something real that is a consistent presence on TV, while allowing him to go off and do other things, which we know he's going to do. Speaking of which, Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer reported the following about Andrade and why AEW felt kind of the need to bring him back. A big part of bringing Andrade to AEW is wanting another Hispanic star to help build the company up in Mexico and on Fox Sports Mexico, since he was a big name in that country. So this honestly tracks with a lot of what you kind of hear about Andrade. Like, say what you want about him, he certainly has, his reputation precedes him, right? But Dog is definitely a draw in Mexico. And AEW, I'm sure they're thinking they want to eventually have a PLE. Oh my God. Did I just fucking say PLE? They want to have a pay-per-view, in Mexico. You know, I think getting to that, you're definitely going to need names like Andrade. So that's kind of where we are with this. Good afternoon, Gerard. Hopefully you're doing well. We got Wall Street money. Hey, we got Wall Street money. For me personally, I don't care about Andrade. I just want to see Kenny Omega wrestle again. Well, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Because part of the reason they did this Andrade thing is because Kenny's just not ready. Remember Andrade posting pictures of him wrestling top talent in AEW when he had returned to WWE to let them know he was frustrated? The man knows how to voice his frustration. I will say that he definitely knows how to voice his frustration. Andrade is one of those. Man, he is a what a guy Andrade is, man. What a guy Andrade is. I do gotta give it to him because he say what you want about him. Certainly, you can claim that he's a problem. Certainly. But the man did bring back one thing. I know. No. Actually, this chain is fake. This chain is fake, dog. I know. I just said PLE. I know. Yep. Yeah. No. Honestly, and I deserve it. Um, I've been in too many corporate board meetings. I've been in too many WW. I've been watching too much WWE. I've been doing too much of that. Dude Wipes is a sponsor now. We're gonna have. I will personally wipe my own butt with Dude Wipes on this broadcast. That would be wild. Could you imagine because Dude Wipes is a consistent sponsor of WWE. Imagine if there's I just wipe my own ass, Michael. Good job, Pat. WWE.com /Dude Wipes. I don't know. Good evening, Omer. I am happy Andrade, but him being with Don Callis, I think it's going to work out really good. Yeah, I know a lot of people are oh my God, the Don Callis family have 12 members. I think that's the point of it. They're going to be a world dominating super group. I think that's the plan for them because they're not only going to be competing in AEW, they're going to be competing in Ring of Honor. They're going to be competing in New Japan. They're going to be competing in CMLL. And I think the idea is for this to be that mega group, right? And it's built around Don Callis. It's built around him as the central agent. He's essentially started his own talent agency. And it's good to have these types of major super groups across promotions, right? Think Bullet Club, think, well, I was going to say, think House of Torture. Do not think House of Torture. This is not House of Torture. We don't want none of that. But it's good to have those types of major groups because then when they splinter off, when you want to do big feuds, I think this could very well build not only to a singles match between a splintered group, one led by Konosuke Takeshita, one led by Okada, but I think the real money is in a Konosuke Takeshita Kyle Fletcher match or a triple threat with Okada, Fletcher, and Takeshita with Don Callis in the middle of that. There's a lot of room for storytelling here, and I'm excited in the direction they're going. Bro, the Don Callis family is a worldwide criminal organization. Absolutely. Don Callis family versus Death Riders in the future. That would be a dope blood and guts match. Thoughts on ticket prices for Cena's last match? Very expensive from what I have seen. And I was very upset. I was very upset by how expensive tickets were. As someone who was originally at least planning on going to that event because it's not too far from me. But I don't know if I can. I have told Kenny Baum and Brian as well. I have a limit. I gotta get your money up, not your funny up. So I got a limit. Hope they never do the Don Callis family versus AEW for this whole company. Yeah, that should never happen again. AEW burned that story twice in 1 year, and that should not be brought up for a very long time, if it's ever brought up again. They burned through it with the New Elite. They burned through it with the Death Riders as well. How do you feel about the first female Blood and Guts match? I'm excited for it. I think they could have done a better job of building it up. Not building it up, but I think promoting it certainly on Dynamite. But, they have that mentality. And, look, the ticket sales are going to be what they're going to be if they continue to not give it proper time to, digest on TV. But, again, they have a big pay-per-view they're trying to sell next month. So, priorities, right? I'm happy for Andrade getting another opportunity in AEW, but what do you want in the second run in AEW? I want something that means... I want a meaningful run. And look, for what it's worth, I don't know how much to read into this. For what it's worth, it looks like there is at least a plan, or Andrade at least has a plan here, because on his Twitter, whoa, you guys cannot see that, so I'm going to make this a little smaller for y'all. But on his Twitter, Andrade posted this image, and it's like basically it's his notes app that has a list of wrestlers of, like, you know, I what I would assume wrestlers he's going to attack, wrestlers he wants to face. And as you can see, Kenny Omega is the first wrestler off the list. You can see the next one, this wrestler, it starts with an M. I think a lot of people are inferring that this would either be Mystico or MJF. Mystico, because obviously there's that tie-in with CMLL. MJF is someone he's gone after online. I think the second one is most certainly Will Ospreay. Like, there's not a, like, that's a W. There's an I. I think Will Ospreay is that next one. So we're looking at Will Ospreay. And then we're over here, you can see there's a J, and that goes into an O. You look at the AEW roster. Who's the biggest wrestler that has a J and O at the beginning of their name? It is Jon Moxley. So that is, you just made the list. That he should do that. He should do that. He should just totally steal that gimmick. But like, that seems like there is a direction. That seems like there is a purpose. And that is more than you can say about his original run in AEW. So hopefully this grounds him in something, and we get to see the fruits of this. Because say what you want about him. Look, Andrade, I don't think, obviously, is the best promo. I don't think he has really ever been the best character, but the man is really, really, really freaking good in the ropes, and he's capable of having great matches. But, you know, so is a lot of people in AEW. Omar, oh, hi Shay, good to see you. Omar, you notice all this stuff about Andrade and WWE is coming out now that he's gone from the company? Yeah, that is not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence. Death Riders versus Don Callis family is going to be what Hurt Business versus Bloodline should have been. That's going to be a wild one. Who's the babyface? I mean, no, it has to be the Death Riders. The Death Riders have to be the babyfaces. Don Callis cannot be a babyface. He is a certified heel. We all know you're secretly a billionaire. You just don't want to pay taxes. 100% I'm a billionaire. 100%. Banks, give me loans. Because billionaires don't... Remember, guys, if you're a billionaire, you do not actually pay for anything. You just take out loans and you put everything on your credit card. That is how billionaires never actually spend any of their cash. So, which is what I'm going to do. Bank of America, TD Bank, whoever, Wells Fargo, give me loans that I never have to pay back. I am billionaire. Welcome to WWE PR. Yeah. Guys, welcome to RTW. Welcome to Real Take Wrestling. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Be sure to smash that thumbs up. Also, quick plug here. Guys, you guys should really, really consider becoming a channel member. We rolled out channel memberships, and right now, for those of you who are members, you can get exclusive access to videos early. I got this one right here that gives 5 bold predictions for WrestleMania for as little as $5 a month. You guys can become a channel member. 23 minutes of absolute insanity. It's genuinely one of the most insane videos I have ever produced. It is a video essay style, so there's a lot of stuff. It's really cool. I really hope you guys will check it out. It is going to be up for channel members all the way through Sunday, and then Sunday it'll be releasing for the public. I also, in the coming days, will release the downfall of ROH video that I'm also very excited for. It is in post-production, just finishing touches on that one. That'll be out hopefully but sometime tomorrow, and then it'll be available exclusively for members throughout the week. So quick plug, $5 a month, you get access to that, and there's obviously more videos as they roll out. There's also a lot of unlocked or locked content that you will never be able to see unless you become a member. So become a channel member today. Support your local wrestling creator and watch some dope content. Hey, Omar, does AEW have a drug-free policy like WWE, having a roster tested for illegal substance use? I'm genuinely not sure. Genuinely not sure. I know that the mentality overall in both WWE and across wrestling has kind of changed from like the steroids, like on steroids especially, because there are wrestlers who are on steroids, and it's like more of an accepted thing, and it's more regulated than it used to be. It's not like, back in the day where you would just like get, you'd be banging steroids all day or whatever. Like it's a lot more regulated. It's all done through doctors now, so it's better than it used to be for sure. Quick plug here. Yes, quick plug. $5 a month, you get access to all of the perks. You also get custom emotes. You get everything. Why? What's wrong with a cheap plug? Come on, man. I'm just look. I'm just trying to. Young boy's trying to run a business. These chains don't come cheap, buddy. Ain't nobody testing my boy Brock Lesnar. Yeah, your boy. Your boy. What what has happened to Raw Tag Team Men's Division? It currently sucks. Yeah, I mean it is sucked for a while. What has happened to it? Nothing has really happened to it, and that's the main issue. It's just, I think, a lack of emphasis. Dragon Man in the chat says, Omar, you heard about Raw and Netflix got lowest rating on the stream right now. Looks like Seth Rollins is a rating killer. I mean, part of it is the just the nature of being on Netflix right now. Like, they are open and available to less audiences. That's just what it is. And they did like, what was it, like 2.2 million globally? I think they're the lowest number probably for globally for Raw ever. What are you gonna do? They're still getting paid a boatload of money. All plugs, no. I mean, that's not a lie. What does Fatu have to do with this? All no buts. What is Fatu? Why are we bringing the Fatus in this? Why are we bringing Rakishi? Why are we bringing the whole arena? Yeet, yeet, yeet your mother loving yeet. Why are we bringing Rakishi? Why are we bringing Rakishi into this? What did Rakishi do, bro? What did Rikishi do to deserve this, bro? What did Rikishi do to deserve this? That was a dub. I can't lie. You got me. Is Netflix mad at WWE? I don't think so. They're still look. The entire purpose for Netflix to bring WWE in is to sell those ads, sell those sponsorships, and then also like ensure that like you have a certain subset of people that are going to stay subscribed to the platform. And look, 2.2 million people watching live, I think, is certainly a very good start for WWE's relationship with Netflix. It would have been better if they had been able to keep up numbers. I know, like, again, like there was a lot of gaslighting, to be honest. There was a lot of gaslighting early on in this process from creators, from a lot of wrestling commentators about what it would look like, what the numbers on Raw would look like, what the numbers on Netflix would look like. And look, you had people, I'm not going to name names, you had people saying, oh, they're going to average 10 million people per week, and it's going to be crazy. We've seen what the topper is for wrestling fans. We've seen what the max is for wrestling fans, and it's about that number. It like what are you going to do? Still good. But, it's not like you're not going to have like 50 million people watching Raw. Do you think Dakota Kai dethrones Mercedes? That could be very interesting. Am I the only one excited for AEW in 2026? I think, AEW has a lot of promise in 2026. I think 2025 was a renaissance year for them, especially the past couple of months post Hangman win. And I think that they're going to be very successful. Do you think Triple H success as a booker on the main roster was down to following up Vince setups, for example, the Bloodline, under Vince and Cody's return? I think in part, certainly you can say that. I mean, I think Triple H was good enough as a booker like in NXT to warrant him being thought of as a success. Like part of it certainly was Triple H coming after Vince, right? It was him like coming into that seat right after an era where Vince did not care. And it was very, very, very clear he did not care about story continuity, about any of it. And he brought some promise, he brought some consistency, and he brought some logic back to the product. And it followed up with Sami joining the Bloodline, which was one of the hottest things that WWE's ever done. Those couple of months when Sami Zayn and the Bloodline, that whole saga that was built around Sami, Roman, and Jay, is some of the best storytelling, some of the best business that WWE will ever do. Triple H oversaw most of that. And he deserves all the credit in the world. And I think there was certainly a honeymoon period. And it went into 2023. The turning point for me was Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania 39. That is when he began to coast. And he continued to coast and coast and coast to the point where right now he is the worst version of himself, putting out the worst product of any major professional wrestling promotion in the world. That is where Triple H is. It is a far cry from where he was in NXT. It is a far cry from where he was at his height as the main guy in WWE just a couple of years ago. But the complacency has set in. That is from the outside looking in. I believe complacency has set in. Triple H does not, he feels like he does not need to do as much as he probably should in order to tell those interesting stories consistently. It's aura farming. The promos are nonsense. The shows are inconsequential. And there's no follow-up to a lot of the major things they built up. Rhea Ripley and the Judgment Day are a big thing. Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day is a big thing. Where's the follow-up? Where was the storytelling for the last couple of months of those feuds? They weren't there. Thoughts on matches announced for Wrestle Dream. So right now for Wrestle Dream, we have Hangman versus Samoa Joe. I think it's going to be a banger. We have the Women's World Championship match, which I think should main event. Chris Statlander versus Toni Storm. That's going to be a great championship match. And we also have, let me think. What else do we have? Chat, what else do we have? What am I missing? What am I missing? What's up, RTW Nation? What's up, Hunter, man? What's up, Hunter? Shout out to the 49ers. Shout out to the 49ers for dodging that L. Who's a better booker, Triple H, Tony Khan, or Shawn Michaels? Right now, in this moment, it's Tony Khan. Because I think Shawn Michaels is not booking as well as he did like last year. I saw you really upset that Dom was called the best wrestler under 30. I see him as the best wrestler under 30, top 15. I mean, yeah, I like it depends what you mean by best wrestler. I would put like Javon Evans over him. There are a lot of people I would put over Dom, to be quite honest. I think Dom at one point was like the fastest rising star, and I enjoy his stuff. It's just I just don't think he's where he was at during his zenith. Randy will turn on Cody coming soon. Stop. We've been saying this for like 4 years now. Come on, bro. Cody's so trash, bro. I'd rather see some jobber hold that belt. Jey Uso will be champion once again. Don't worry. I think we've seen Triple H's capabilities as a booker, and it sucks. I mean, no, I don't think we are. I think he's just complacent. He's just very complacent, and TKO does not demand much. The fans don't demand much more than what they're getting, so why would he want to try more? Senior Joe versus I realized why I didn't like him as a champion, Hangman Page. Whoa, Leo coming in with that. Rah! Nah, bro. Samoa Joe knows how to get me invested. I'm a big fan. I'm here for it. Give me Samoa Joe versus that man. Let's do it. That match should not main event though. That match should not main event. Open that show. I have a conversation. Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock is better than Wrath of Khan. Please don't hurt me. That is a take. And no one will get hurt for their takes here, but that is a take. Shawn Michaels is busy dancing with the NXT roster for TikTok. I mean, he's Juju Smith-Schuster right now. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley. Yes, that is a match as well. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley. I quit. That's going to be insane. Frank G. Life says, Ravens might get that L this weekend. I hope not. You know what? No, I hope so. I want the Ravens to go 1-16. We will make NFL history. We will go 1-16, get the number 1 draft pick, trade down for 4 future first-round picks, and build a fucking winner. Fire John Harbaugh. Bring back Mike McDonald. Bro, it is... We got to get serious about winning because, by God, the Ravens suck right now. By God, the Ravens suck. Thank you, Frank. Guys, be sure to leave a thumbs up if you haven't already. Be sure to leave your question, your comments, your concerns in the chat. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. And be sure to get access to exclusive content over on the memberships. Hit that join button, become a member for as little as $5 a month, and get access to some exclusive videos, including 5 bold predictions for WWE WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. That shit is wild. I genuinely, it is one of the most fun videos I've ever had putting together and recording. Hopefully you guys like it. AEW just stalling until MJF comes back so they can continue Hangman versus MJF. I mean, yeah, but there's a... I never, I don't know how we got to this place, right, where there's no room for, challengers to championships, right? I think Samoa Joe trying to get his title back, after not competing, after not having, had his rematch for a while, is a good story you can tell to get to the point where you get that MJF versus Hangman match, right? Hangman needs to be challenged. He needs to be challenged by a former world champion, a world travel champion, someone who's been in the business for over 20 years, someone who's been there, done that in every company he's been in. Samoa Joe, genuinely as a shoot, one of the biggest ass kickers in the entire world of wrestling. That is who he's facing. That is who he's going toe-to-toe with. And on any given day, we know what Samoa Joe can do. So I think that this is honestly one of the better opponents you could have for Hangman. And it would help establish him as a veteran if he beats him or when he beats him. And then you get to the Hangman MJF stuff and you get the best version of Hangman versus the best version of MJF. Let's fucking go. Darby Allin dies on Dynamite every week, and each week it's different. You know what? No one does that better than Darby. Sammy was AEW TV. Thank God Andrade is back. Oh, dude, they got to hit that Sammy Guevara Andrade feud. They got to do it. Please. Do it. Lean in. Lean all the way in. You want to make Sammy Guevara a likable babyface? Put him up there with Andrade. I'm telling you. That's the only thing. That's the only thing you can do. Dragonman says, it's funny that Seth Rollins' favorite team is the Chicago Bears, but he hates CM Punk with a passion. I mean, he's from he's from, not Indiana. He's from Iowa. So he's from Davenport, Iowa. So it's one state over. So it would make sense that he's a Midwestern Bears fan. Is it better to have a fighting champion or a part-time champion like Cody? I would want a fighting champion. If I were booking a top babyface champion, if I'm booking the eventual Will Ospreay championship, run, I would have Ospreay come out there. Let's say he wins it at All In. I would say, look, mate. Or let's say he wins it, right? And then you have a long period because usually between World's End in December and Revolution in early March, there's a longer period. I'm all right, we have only TV time, we only have TV matches. During that time, I would be the Will Ospreay World Title Open Challenge. Every week on Dynamite, I'm going to face someone for the World Championship and have it be top main eventers that you don't have a plan for Will Ospreay to face up until that point. If you don't have a plan for during Will Ospreay's title reign to have it be Swerve versus Ospreay, have Swerve be one of the open challenge opponents. If you don't have Ospreay versus Kenny, have Kenny be one of those. I miss that. Give me fighting champions, bro. Fuck part-time champions. Fuck them. I hate part-time champions in pro wrestling. Fuck them. Give me fighting champions. People think Sammy and Andrade still have heat. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they do. Stat versus Tony should main event Wrestle Dream. It 100% should. I hope Triple H is not trying to put the bloodline back together. I doubt he is. I mean, no. What do you mean? What do you mean? The bloodline never left. They're all together. Look, the story never stops. Story never stops. I'm not going to lie. The Ops should be facing Gates of Agony. Hunter comes in with a wild chat. Get a quarterback. We have a quarterback. All right. We have the best regular season quarterback in the NFL. The best regular season quarterback. We have Peyton Manning in his prime right now. Except Peyton Manning can run a 4.2 40. That's what we have. That's what the Baltimore Ravens have. We have Peyton Manning who can run a 4.2 40. But just like Peyton Manning throughout the prime of his career, the man will never get to a fucking Super Bowl. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Bang, bang, Niners gang. Shut up, man. Well, how does it feel to win? How does it feel to win? Must be nice. Must be nice. Hangman will lose his mind during the reign and turn heel and become everything he hated. And a babyface MJF to throw him. Oh, that would be crazy. I don't know if you can go back to a heel Hangman, though, that quickly. The Joe promo on Hangman when he said they just made my match like Texas. What? That Joe promo on Hangman and Swerve when he said they just made my match like Texas bigger and dumber. Oh, that's crazy. AEW does a better job pushing younger talent than WWE. For example, Kyle Fletcher is over in AEW. I mean, yeah. Like, I feel like if WWE was serious about getting younger talent over, man, Obafemi would be on the main roster. Carmelo would be doing more on the main roster. I honestly, Javon Evans would not be a guy I would have in developmental. Like, being totally honest with you, I don't know what is going on there. I mean, I do know it is like they just don't have room for him. They just don't have room for him because they're focused on stars. They're focused on star. They don't give a shit about good wrestling or building new stars. They care about star, aura, heat. Like, that's what they care about. So, to me, I'm like, Javon Evans in any other era of wrestling is not in developmental right now. He is on the main roster. He's the guy who says, I'm going to become like the youngest WWE champion ever or whatever. And you work towards that. And either he accomplishes that goal or he doesn't, but it makes you care. I don't understand what they're doing, though, with him. Makes no fucking sense. Makes no sense. How you can look at Javon Evans and not see superstardom. How you can look at, Obafemi, will see what they do with him, but how you can look at him, I just don't get it. How you can look at Carmelo Hayes and not see superstardom? Beyond me. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. We got a $2.99 Australian, g'day, super chat, facts, AEW fire, WWE so boring, can't watch. I mean, yeah, like, it is boring. Like, WWE is boring right now, in my opinion. Like, I am open to someone, like, giving their perspective, and I implore you, if you're a WWE, if you watch WWE and you find the show to be very enjoyable, please give me your perspective. I'm here for it. I'm not debating. I'm not trying to be a douchebag. I genuinely love other perspectives. Because, like, at the end of the day, we're here to be good faith and tell a few jokes along the way. Don't get me wrong, you can joke, but I had someone who watched the product religiously for a while. Man, it is just bad. It was bad. It was so bad. I watched Raw this past week for the first time in a couple of weeks, like all the way through. It was not a good show. It was not a good show. It was very boring, very unentertaining, very WWE treading water. That's what they do. At least with AEW, you're getting action. AEW honestly do better on their shows. They 100% can, bro. AEW could 100% utilize vignettes better. AEW could 100% have talent involved in weekly storylines in a better way. They could fucking promote their shows, but they don't. But that being said, AEW is the bar when it comes to pro wrestling in the United States. The only thing Tony Khan has always done better in WWE, if it's Triple H or Vince McMahon, he knows how to pivot very well, especially when it comes to injuries. I mean, he's had a lot of practice doing that. He was not good in the beginning when it came to that, though. Javon Evans is in the company. He wouldn't need to do his shit selling in the dub. Yeah. I mean, Javon Evans in AEW would be crazy. I don't know if he would want that, considering some of the things he said about Tony. But at the same time, Tony doesn't care. Tony will be like, "Oh, Javon, let's go, buddy. I love you. Look, yeah. I'll call me whatever you want. Call me whatever. Just call me, buddy. Just call me. I can't afford WWE. LOL. No, seriously though. No, dead ass though. $40 a paper or $30 a pay per view to watch what, an 8-minute squash match, one really good match, and then aura farming. No, thank you. One of WWE's main problems is they don't know how to pivot well when it comes to injuries. I mean, that's because they just like bring in they just press they just spam the finisher button and bring in like star power. Bring back Lesnar for a pop or whatever, you know. I just watched just to watch. I mostly watched a replay of Raw. Another Roman pop on Monday. Which I will say, look, Roman walking out is always a dub for me. Shout out to Roman, man. Shout out to Roman. I'm a Roman Reigns fan. Obviously, that comes with like certain caveats when it comes to his wrestling style. I don't enjoy his wrestling style right now. I thought it was much better when he was doing the Bloodline stuff, but now it's just, I'm like, we're doing cutscene wrestling, and I'm not a huge fan of that across the board when WWE does it. But yeah, Sharon, I do not agree. Hi, Sharon. Please tell me why. I'm always here to listen. I'm always here to listen to people who have different opinions, and I implore you guys to have different opinions than me. That's the whole point of this. But please tell me why and what you don't agree on. Tony Khan was good in the beginning with pivoting to, it was a meme how Tony would turn anything into a story, including Matt Seidel's debut botch. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, but like, man, the early days, I mean, well, I guess like the real big issue was like the product was up and down in those early 2019 days. You foresee WWE stars going to AEW, and how do you feel about AEW doing outdoor stadium ballparks if big WWE guys go over there? I mean, it's a question of like who it would be. Do I foresee more WWE stars going over? Certainly. I think Bayley is a name to have your eye on in 2026, in the latter part of 2026, when her contract is up. That is a big name to have your eye on going to AEW. I right now, I would say she's probably like I'm not going to say a lock, but like I would say the overwhelming opinion is she's probably going to go. That being said, though, I think Jericho is a guy who's going to go from AEW to WWE. He's probably going to get the Rumble in January. So it's going to happen both ways, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Like, one of the cool things about, like, when WCW and WWE were going head-to-head, you would have people go back and forth. And, like Jeff Jarrett went back and forth, back and forth. He pulled it. He was Andrade before Andrade. Lex Luger is another guy. He was Andrade before Andrade. He was in the NWA, and he went to WWF. Then he went back to WCW. Like, that stuff happened back then. Sid Vicious, or Psycho Sid, as many of you know him. Like, he was another guy who did it. The late, great Psycho Sid. Who, like, genuinely, I appreciate his stuff, but yeah, anyway, all that to say, I think that there's going to be people going back and forth, and that means that there's a healthy number two. And I think as far as like who those would be, Bayley would be a person to keep an eye on. Jericho the other way would be a person to keep an eye on. And I just don't think you're going to see, like, Roman's not going to go, right? Like, I think it's a foolhardy thing to even believe. I think Roman has dreams and aspirations that are bigger than even WWE. He wants to go like and become an actor, and he has the capabilities and the connections to do that. He's probably going to do it. So we'll see. But Bayley is the big one to keep your eye on. That would be my bold prediction, that Bayley ends up in AEW by end of 2026 when her contract is up. What are your thoughts on the women's Blood and Guts? It's about damn time, and I really hope they ramp up the build to it. I really hope they ramp up the build because they have the history, they have the fantastic wrestlers. They just really need to get serious about this build. Roman has a lifetime contract with WWE. Sharon says NXT is on fire. I will say, as a cohesive show, NXT is like far and away the best thing that WWE puts out. And I say this as someone who says it is not for me personally, but looking at it from like just like a commentator, analyst, whatever, analyzing it, that show clicks and makes sense. Unlike WWE Raw, unlike Friday Night SmackDown. NXT is a show you will watch, and you might not like how, cheesy or whatever it can be, just like how some people might not like how AEW can be like heavily wrestling focused, but is a show that will make sense, that has really good main eventers, that has kick-ass wrestling on TV that matters, and you get to see the rise of people. So I think NXT is far and away still WWE's best show, and it's the most logical show. It makes the most sense. But Raw and SmackDown are in the shitter right now. No, I don't believe it. She's a future Hall of Famer and a WWE lifer. She's certainly going to be in the Hall of Fame. I just do not see Bayley staying in WWE right now. I think there's been a lot of teases made that way. What is your favorite version of AJ Styles? TNA AJ, WWE AJ, or Bullet Club, New Japan AJ? Okay. My favorite version of AJ Styles. My favorite... okay. This is a tough one. Because I want... in my heart, I really want to say TNA AJ. Because TNA AJ was the first AJ that I ever watched. TNA AJ was the AJ Styles that made me like a huge fan of his. But in my opinion, so you know what? TNA AJ is my favorite version. The best version was AJ his last 6 months in New Japan, and AJ his first calendar year in WWE. Those two, that was peak AJ, period. And man, was he the best. He was 2016, he was the best wrestler in the world. The best wrestler in the world in 2016. NXT is a better show than the main roster, but that's not a great achievement given we said the same thing about it in 2016. I'm not saying that, look, that's just a fact. That's just a fact. I think WWE, the main roster, has always had a bit of a different, it's at a bit of a different perception. And look, fans are just creatures of habit sometimes. I think they're used to watching the main roster. A lot of them complain, but they still watch. I might watch NXT versus TNA next week. Yes, the show formerly known as Invasion is now known as Showdown. Sid went from WCW, WWF, ECW, WCW, and then from WWE. Yeah, no. Sid got around, man. Shout out to Psycho Sid. R.I.P. Remember AEW Dynamite 289? No, remind me. Was that the Baltimore one? Remind me. I agree with you. Look at this. We found agreement. Let's go, Sharon. Let's go. We found agreement. See, we can agree on something. One thing I know we can all agree on is that you guys are all big fans of this show, and I appreciate all of you, which is why I want all of you, all 36 of you watching live right now, to smash that thumbs up. Let's get this thumbs up number, this like number up, guys. We're only at, 21? Yeah, no, we're at 20. Come on, let's get this up, baby. Let's get this up. If you haven't already hit that like button, please do that. If you guys want to help support the channel, hit that join button, get access to some exclusive content in the archives, and get access to content early and often over there. Please. I want to see Mercedes and Harley become a tag team. They both have great chemistry and comedic timing. I think Mercedes and Harley as like the, thrown together tag team is going to be a good one. If WWE was going to change the name for Invasion, why did they not bring back bragging rights? I don't know. That ask WWE. Even if top stars are injured in AEW, it'd still put on great pay-per-views. Yeah. I mean, AEW, like, that's their thing. They always are going to put on great pay-per-views. Bragging rights featuring oh yeah, that was man, 2010 was a bad time to be a wrestling fan. Exclusive content. Yes, exclusive content, guys. You guys want to see some exclusive content? Hit that join button. $5 a month, you get access to all future videos early, all future videos exclusively. Go do that, please. MJF brought bought the lady a train. Will Ospreay versus Takeshita. Okay. The Ops won the Trios Championships. I was like, he brought the lady train. Oh my goodness. That was a good one. Hope Mercedes does not become the first women champion. The tag team champion. I mean, it's either her, in my view, right? I think it's either her and Harley, or it's Anna Jay and Ty Mello. That's my view. I think you can make an argument for either one, but I would love to see Ty Mello and Anna Jay win that. Who's better, Omar with $5 a month or Xbox Game Pass for dog? I had to the amount of stuff I had to do, the amount of work I had to do to try to access my game, because they don't just let you cancel it or whatever on your Xbox. Like, I had to sign in and everything. It wouldn't let me cancel on my Xbox. Maybe I'm just a boomer, but I was in there, bro. I was online. I was trying to get to it. I was like, no, I'm not paying $30 a month for Game Pass, dog. What am I doing? I shouldn't even be paying whatever. I shouldn't even be paying for Game Pass. Too damn busy to play these games. Gerard says, please read my post about Anna Jay and Ty. Look up. Here it is. Also, Gerard, in the future, just feel free to put it in the chat again. I want Anna Jay and Ty Mello to get an elevated push, not just as a tag team, but as singles. Ty Mello lost against Tony Storm. Now I want Anna Jay to win against Jamie Aya on Collision. I agree. I think it's time for them to heat it up if they want to be taken seriously as a tag team. If they don't do it soon, then I don't think that they have a future as in that division. But I think that's where the inconsistency with the women's division has always been an issue for AEW and Tony Khan. I hope they've been getting a lot better, but if you want them to take Ty Mello and Anna Jay seriously, you have to make them look like serious competitors on TV by having them win some freaking matches. Microsoft, we made $5 billion of revenue on Game Pass. Also, Microsoft, the next day, we are raising Game Pass Unlimited to $30. Get wrecked. Yeah, no, man. Companies are getting wild, bro. Companies are getting wild. Do you think the fact that AJ never won the Royal Rumble, never main evented Mania is offensive? I think Mania for sure. The thing about AJ at the Rumble for at least a couple of years, during his height in WWE, he was usually competing for a championship or defending a championship. As far as what do I think of him not main eventing Mania? The year to do it would have been 2018. He should have main evented Mania with Nakamura. They should have had the best match on that card. They should have produced a better match, they being WWE. That did not happen. WWE had Nakamura win the Rumble, which people forget. Shinsuke Nakamura won the Royal Rumble in 2018, was one of the hottest and rising stars in the entire company, and they killed him. They killed him at Mania. One of the worst matches, and that was genuinely one of the most disappointing things I've ever witnessed as a wrestling fan. Will WWE sell to Saudi? Not anytime soon. TKO is going to try to make their money back, and they are in no rush to sell. Unless Saudi Arabia offers them like $20 billion straight cash money. They're going to be getting Arab money. Hey, they're getting Arab money. Like, yeah, all college edition, except on this broadcast, we actually speak up about Palestine. TNA would have made a bigger impact if they would invaded the main roster, not NXT. Well, you can't. Okay, look, come on. You can't expect TNA to compete with the main roster. All right. What do you think this is? All right, WCW? No. Now I don't want to turn this chat into gaming, given that's my background. But if y'all want to be gamers in the future, please get a PC. Please get a PC. I didn't. I did not do that. Rusev losing to Dom. What's going on? The man likes to take pins in one company and not the other. What do you want? What do you want? Yeah. It is. I mean, that's what it is. What are you gonna do? Like, yeah. So it's like, come on. It's Dominic, bro. Come on. He's not jobbing to fucking Rusev. Come on. Let's be serious. Be honest about it. TNA will not be the second biggest company in the world. Well, speaking of TNA not being the second biggest company in the world, let's talk about TNA Wrestling, where they are, and where their television rights deal stands right now. In the midst of all of this talk about TNA invading WWE, or more specifically NXT, Carlos Silva has been out there talking about this future TNA TV contract. And here you can see the aggregation from Fightful. He gave an interview to TV Insider, did Carlos Silva, who is the president of TNA. He said about the active negotiations, we're now in active negotiations with a partner, and we're going to work through that. I can't really put a timeline on how long it will take. The good news is the process has started. We're no longer just talking to a bunch of people to sort of gauge interest. Now we have begun Now we have an interested partner and working through potential deal for 2026. It's going to happen as soon as it can happen. We were working on it as recently as yesterday, exchanging papers and trying to figure out. We were excited about it and keep pushing it forward to get this over the finish line. It's done when it's over the finish line. So Carlos Silva, the head of TNA right now, the active face of TNA from a business standpoint, saying that it is no longer a theoretical case. They are in active negotiations with a media partner for TNA Impact. This is the most concrete thing we have heard. This is the biggest update, I would say, we've heard since Sports Illustrated. John Alba, I believe, was the one who broke the news or did the interview where it was said that TNA was looking at something in the $10 million per year range for a television rights deal, which would be more money than they've ever got for a TV deal in their entire history. So I think this is big. I think this is monumental for TNA. Now, we'll see when they get that across the finish line what it will look like, but I think this is what TNA has always needed. This is what TNA has always strived for, and they're finally on the precipice of getting it. And that is a fantastic thing for pro wrestling because this will allow TNA to pay their talent more. This will allow TNA to expand their presence, put more money towards marketing, build and grow that brand into something in a platform that wrestlers can use. And hopefully it'll help them re-sign some of their talent to stop them from going over to WWE as soon as their contracts aren't done. Plot twist, TNA signs with Twitch again. That would be crazy. I think right now I have more live viewers than TNA used to on their streams. Let me stop. I hope TNA does get a deal for Wednesday nights, Tony will be throwing money around promoting his show. You know what? Maybe that's what he needs. Maybe Tony can only book, like S-tier shows when he has his back against the wall. No, but I mean, look, I've heard about this. I've heard about the rumors that, they're going to go to CW and WWE wants them on Wednesdays. I'm sure that there is a certain subsect of people within WWE who want that to be a thing. At the end of the day, though, it is not up to WWE. It is not up to TNA. It is up to whatever streaming or media partner and they have. And I'm going to be very honest with you. Any streaming partner that is going to invest this much money in TNA does not want this product to be dead on arrival. If TNA goes head-to-head with AEW, they are going to be dead on arrival. That is not saying they're not going to have a certain subsect of maybe, let's say, 200,000 people watching, right? In an ideal world for them. 200,000 people every week watching. That number could easily double. That number, I mean, look, maybe that's hyperbolic. But let's say you have 200,000 people. It would be a lot more if it wasn't on Wednesday nights. Or it would be a lot less, if it was on Wednesday nights. A lot less. If they keep it on Thursdays, you're going to be able to maximize that time slot because that is your time slot. That is a time that you own. That is a time that your fans are used to watching and tuning in for. That is a time where there is nothing else of consequence on when it comes to pro wrestling. If you're a TV partner and you're looking at that and you're saying, well, we could go on Wednesday nights, lose a bunch of our viewer base, have people not tune in live, which is the entire point of having a live TV show so you can sell ads live. Why would you choose that over a time slot that thing is used to, a time slot that show is going to have a lot of people watching live? That is people underestimate the live viewership aspect of wrestling, and I don't understand why. Dog. Live viewership is the only reason WWE, AEW, or any of these companies are valued where they are. Right now, in a landscape where people are not watching TV or whatever live, people are not sitting down and watching live, they're binge watching all their shows and stuff like that. Having must-see live entertainment is of great consequence and great value for these brands. Having less viewership than they would on another night is going to be a problem for a TV partner, a serious TV partner. I promise you that. So I don't buy this. I don't buy this grand conspiracy that WWE is telling people that, oh my God, yeah, you got to do this. They're not going to be able to tell a TV partner, hey, yeah, give TNA $10 million a year and just eat that money for us. No, they're not gonna. That's fucking stupid. No, that's not that's not how business works. That's fundamentally not how business works. Anyone who tells you otherwise is stupid. No, I'm crashing out. Now I'm crashing out. I love you guys. Chat. Let me be honest. Look, it's been a long week. It's It's 7 p.m. I'm drinking coffee. I shouldn't be drinking coffee this late. I'm animated. But I love every single one of you. And because I love every single one of you, I'm going to tell you all to do me a favor and hit that like button. You hit that like button, wonderful things happen. Wonderful things happen in this chat. It means the community grows, more people see the stream, and you make me smile. So let's do that and become a channel member. Help me afford a haircut. Anyway, that's crazy. What do we got here? They fired the only guy who cared about TNA, so don't think they will be behind TNA's management right now. No, I mean, like Carlos Silva definitely cares about TNA. Scott D'Amore, though, losing him was a big loss. Gerard says, I want TNA to succeed, but not to be used as a pawn against AEW. I want AEW and TNA to expand and grow. WWE is using TNA for the wrong reasons. Personally, TKO and WWE's greed will be their undoing. I think certainly that is true to an extent. But yeah, you are stupid. I love you guys. Over 2025. I wasn't talking to you. You guys know I went. Okay, that was at specific people that was at specific people in media who tell you that these conspiracy theories are true. That is who I was referring to as stupid. Now, you guys are not stupid. Well, no, some of you are stupid. Let me be clear. Not many of you, but like there are some. Leo would fall into the stupid category. I can't even say that with a straight face. I'm just bring back Big Ohm. Nah, Big Ohm is here. He's always here. I mean, if you guys want to get access to Big Ohm, what you got to do is go over and hit that join button and watch one of the membership videos. That's what you got to do. Just go over, watch this insane video, hit that join button, you get access to it. That's where Big Ohm is. Honestly, honestly, guys, like that 5. Wait till you get to number 2 when you watch that video. Just wait till you get to number 2. The number 2 bowl prediction is actually a crash out of epic proportions. He got Mama Wayne is fire. All Jacob Fatu edition. Shout out to Mama Wayne. Omar hating because I'm sat here so badly in a tinfoil hat. All Alex Jones edition. Boris Johnson pulling an Alex Jones right now. Look, I'm getting word that TNA is going to be bought by WWE. Like, bro is going all Alex Jones edition on us right now. That's crazy. Big Ohm starting on Friday nights. Nah, Big Ohm's behind the paywall, bro. Big Ohm's behind the paywall. AEW would smash TNA on Wednesdays. You could find on TBS. Oh my God. Don't know if you're dodging my trivia question. What was the trivia question? Sorry, there's a lot of chats. Sometimes I lose them. Which is why the best way to guarantee your question or statement is right on the air is by leaving a super chat. What was the question? Feel free to drop it in again. I'll guarantee to read it this time. Sorry I missed it. Like I said, guys, as the community grows, which we all love, which I know we all love, sometimes like chats are obviously going to be harder to keep track of. So, if I don't see it, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just harder to keep up with stuff. And I got a show to do, so we got to flow with the show. Big Ohm is bought by TKO. Yes, TKO. I'm expecting my first payment on the tomorrow. I will send you details. TKO, send me money, and I will shill. If you think Alfred, fucking Pro Wrestling Bits is a shill, I will shill harder. The level of depravity that you will see from me and desperation is going to be insane. All Jacob Fatu edition, baby. No, let me chill. I need to stop doing that. Y'all give me chill. No. Shout out. Everyone's great. We love everyone love everyone. What do we got here? Longtime AEW champion tonight. Tonight, Storm had a championship feud with who over what? Oh, longtime AEW champion Tony Storm had a championship feud with who over what? Tony Storm, over with Mariah May over the AEW World Championship with Jamie Hayter versus longtime AEW champion. Was this during her champion? I'm confused. I'm confused now. I'm going to say Mariah May. Lock it in. How much are WrestleMania 42 front row seats? Let's actually see. WrestleMania 42. Let's check in, man. Let's check in. Let's lock in and check in what these tickets are looking like for WrestleMania 42. Because they're coming back to Las Vegas. Okay, let's see. Buy tickets. Accept. All right. So minimize this so we can see what's going on here. All right. Here's what we got, people. We got expensive tickets. This is what we freaking got. Okay. So I'm trying to go up in the 400s here. You guys can see, right? This is the arena. I'm looking at some of the highest up seats that we can look at, right? You got What the fuck? 18. Hey, yo, what? No, okay, those are What's VIP about this? What's VIP about sitting this high? What's VIP about this, bro? Hold up. No. Time out. Okay, wait a minute. I'm crashing out right now. What is VIP about sitting up here in the stands on the gates of heaven? On the gates of heaven. You will be able to, are you going to be able to speak to angels? Are you going to be able to speak to fallen relatives? What's going on here? $1,800? I don't care if it's both nights. Hey, yo! $1,800 to sit up here on the gates of heaven. I'm in fam, I'm in tears. I'm in tears. Look at this. Brother, you could not. Bryan Danielson, they could bring back like an AI version of Misawa and have him face Bryan Danielson. I'm not paying $1,800 to sit up here in the gates of heaven. That is wild, brother. That is wild. What the hell, bro? What the hell? Eric Douglas says, you become the tribal chief if you sit up there. What? Would you give me paying $1,800 for a Ulafala? Like, no, bro. I'll make myself my own Ulafala. Shout out to the Samoan people. Beautiful, beautiful culture. But what the hell, brother? What the hell, brother? Bronze VIP. What the bronze VIP? What do you mean? $1,800 to sit up here. Okay, wow. That's disappointing. That is very okay. What else do we got? More affordable options up here on the other side? Okay. We got I don't care if it's both nights, chat. I don't care if it's both nights. That's an insane number to pay to watch ants wrestle. Do you know these super stadiums, you cannot see anything past like the 100 level. Even past guys. Even up here. Even up like in seats like here, right? Even here, it's hard. It becomes even harder to see. By the time you get to here, like it's just you're basically like watching ants. Up here, it's like you're on a plane. You're on a plane. $1,800 for WrestleMania tickets. You are getting fleeced. You are getting absolutely fleeced. If you have plans to go to Las Vegas for WrestleMania, I am going to give you some free advice. If that's what you're doing, you are doing it. You're going with your friends. You already have your plane tickets bought. Do not buy tickets until the last minute. That is my plea to you. There's certainly 100% guarantee you there are always tickets to every wrestling show available on the secondary market unless you're in the UK. For every show that's in the United States, I promise you can check out. You can, hell, let's do it. You can use my promo code with SeatGeek and get tickets for $20 off. It won't help you that much with WrestleMania tickets, I'm not going to lie. But you will 100, that was an unintentional segue. But using the promo code RealTake, you will be able to get $20 off. But like in all seriousness, my plea to you, as someone who has done this, as someone who has gone to a bunch of wrestling shows, you will be able to get tickets at the last minute. Do not spend $1,800 to sit with the archangels up there and like watch WrestleMania with God. Please, like it is. Trust me, like it is not going to be worth your while here. All right, like that is an insane thing. That is an insane thing, bro. For $46K front row, Stephanie Vacour better be. Hey yo, hey, that's crazy work. But no, for $46K, I need to main event WrestleMania for $46K. I want to main event WrestleMania. Let me come out there and yeet. I want to main event WrestleMania, all Jey Uso edition. $1,800 that high. I better be able to ask Hunter questions at the press. I'm saying, bro, I can't even. Anyway, WWE will make you broke and homeless. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's sad. No, don't let them do it, which is why I'm trying to tell you guys not to buy your tickets in advance. If you're going to a WWE show, never buy your tickets in advance. There are always resale tickets available for a lot cheaper at the very last minute. I will have an actual wife for $46K. Dog, for $46K. Yeah, dog, you can. If you're like, look, if you're for $46K for like 3 people, you can put a down payment on a very, very nice house. Like a very, very nice house. $46K, I better be booking the show. Yeah, you should at least get the book like the pre-show or something. Like, come on, bro. Like, what is the $46K? Also, where's this $46K number come from? Is that really how much these front row tickets cost? I haven't checked. All right, let's see. This is ringside, basically, right here. $32K. Look, y'all were crashing out. It's not $46K. That's not $46K. Okay, well, you know what? I was right. It's not $46K. Wow. It's not $46K. It's even more. I mean, look. I personally, I'm past the initial shock of actually how expensive these tickets are. I'm not going, so it's not my problem. So I'm not going. Meanwhile, my very nice tickets for All In were like $200 less than, actually, I believe. Kenny, I think, knows or remembers the actual price. So Kenny, if you're somewhere in the chat, let us know. But that's crazy work, bro. That's crazy work. I can see why they changed it to premium live event. Premium for the rich. Yeah, it's yeah, man. As someone who has dedicated a lot of his life to fighting for the working class, that's crazy work. That's just insane work. Oh, we also have an AEW ticket update. AEW ticket update for AEW Grand Slam Australia. That is going to be February 14th, early 2026 at the Kudos Bank Arena in Sydney, Australia. Shout out to Super Omega in the chat. Tickets distributed 4,650. Current setup for 7,000. This is an arena that can hold I believe 15,000. But this they have certainly some time to try to sell some more tickets. We'll see how well they can move in Australia. As we know, the market was not as big as they thought it was last time around. Just Brian on his way to the... No, look, first he's going to have to take out a loan for those John Cena tickets, number one. Omer, go check Grand Slam Australia ticket prices live. I don't think I actually can. I've had trouble with that. But because WrestleTix, shout out to WrestleTix, best source for all wrestling ticket information. Cheapest ticket available, standard admission, is $147 Australian, which is significantly, I believe, that's less than what it is in the States. So it's let's say 148 Australian to USD. It's $97. So if you're in the United States, you're looking at $97 for the cheapest ticket right now to AEW Grand Slam Australia. Crazy, brother. Crazy. AEW and Tony Khan never overpriced their fans. Less is more. I'll rather watch AEW All in London than WrestleMania next year. I mean, I as someone who's going to All in London, I agree with that sentiment. AEW did have a period in 2022 to 2023 where they did price out some fans. As someone who went to some of these shows, looked at some of these tickets, there were certainly tickets that were more expensive than they had any right to be in those years. They have since got back from that significantly. Only $97, that's so worth it. Yeah, bro. My wife would never let me spend $32K. Yeah, I mean, you're just look, I think I could be a billionaire and I would feel irresponsible spending that much money. Genuinely. I will be watching WrestleMania in my house. I'm going to be watching probably on a stream or something. AEW 2023 was their WWE era. Yeah, no, that certainly was their WWE era. Oh, we got interesting Mystico news here. This is very interesting. Okay, so this is an interview that Mystico did with, is that Bruce? It's no way that's Bruce Pritchard. Bill Pritchard. Okay, from WrestleZone. Shout out to Bill Pritchard from WrestleZone. Mystico discusses his excitement for new opportunities, said he would like to have a dual contract. I'm looking for an opportunity in any promotion in the world. If I receive an opportunity, I will take it. I proved that I love Lucha Libre. It doesn't matter if it's in Mexico, London, or Japan. I think that I've shown what I'm made of, and now I think it's time to look for new things. I could very well see Mystico being on a dual contract, much like we've seen with Konosuke Takeshita. I think I could see him in a dual contract with AEW and CMLL. Or he's on that three-way contract that Takeshita's on. Because he's certainly made a name for himself. For $47,000, I better be able to personally put belts on the champions and book night 2. Yeah, I mean, night 2 is going to be the one that's going to need some work because night 2 is always the worst night. WWE offering elite packages, $46K to $58K. Meanwhile, the real elite package is in AEW. I think AEW's package is like the most they go out to is like $1,000, bro. That's crazy. I better be able to get a free steak dinner and a Rolex watch with my seat. No, yeah. I need I want Cody's Rolex watch, bro. No, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. The one that Nick Khan gave him or gave back to him, I want that one. Like for $46K, brother. Yeah, Takeshita is on a triple contract, which is insane. Shout out to Konosuke Takeshita, bro. Shout out to our by the way, my favorite thing from this past week on Dynamite, 6 years of AEW, all that jazz. I'm here for it. My favorite thing about this show was this photo of the full Don Callis family in their glory. Of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Someone put the Rizzler in here. That's crazy. I didn't even catch that. Someone put the Rizzler in here. I'm crying. Someone just photoshopped the Rizzler. Yo, honestly, nah. The Rizzler is on Callis family confirmed. Yo, this is crazy. Okay. All right. Discount the Rizzler. Yo, I can't believe I got baited into posting a Rizzler. Yo, honestly, he's like, bro, look at between him and Takeshita, look at this aura farming that's happening right here. like look at the aura farming. But like in all seriousness, dog, like Rizzler ignored. My favorite thing is they just flew out Konosuke Takeshita, Hechin Cero, Rocky Romero, Trent was there somewhere, and Lance Archer and Okada, just to aura farm here. Like, look at Takeshita. That man said, "I'm showing." Look, at least he's aura farming like right. That man said, "Okay, they're gonna fly me out here. I'm gonna make sure they get their money's worth." Like, it's sucking his gut, aura farm all the way to hell. Like, that's so funny. This was my favorite thing. Just like, most of these guys didn't have any sort of reason to be there other than to take this photo. And I'm here for it. What's the tweet called so I can search it up? Here, it's, let's see. Yeah, there it is. It's by Prude. Oh, it's from Prodigal Fan underscore. Rizzler turns heel and joins Don Callis family. That is such a funny photo. Thank you, Prodigal Fan, for making that. That is top-notch stuff right there. Top-notch stuff. I love that. They call me. Wait, they know me as the Rizzler. I'm the Panther dressed in black. When I give your girl the Riz face, there's no chance she's coming back. I hang with AJ and Big Justice. Nah, bro. Also, AJ and Big Justice coming back. AEW full gear. Rizzler does fit in. I gotta say, Rizzler does fit in. Okada looking at the Rizzler. Yo, no, wait, that is true. Okada is like mean mugging this like 8-year-old kid, the Rizzler. Yo, no, look at Kyle Fletcher too. Fletcher's like doing it. Takeshita is unconcerned. He's like, I shall aura farm. Like I show up, I aura farm, I repeat. And then like Hechinzero is just like, yeah, I'm here. TNA going to CW or Paramount makes sense. I think either of those would make a lot of sense. Don't forget Wardlow and Brian Cage. Neither of them were flown out, though. Neither of them were flown out. Why won't WWE and TNA take a page out of TK's playbook, have dual contracts, TNA and WWE wrestlers, so no one leaves another promotion? WWE wants control and is unwilling to do business in a fair way. Bars. Don Callis choked Big Justice. Yeah, I did see that. He did choke Big Justice. That man, yo, I need Rizzler versus Don Callis. Steel cage, do it. For the sickos, Mystico times Kenny needs to happen. I hope so, man. I really hope we get that. I don't know how many Kenny matches we have left, to be honest, but I hope we get that before it's all said and done. I really do. Shout out to Kenneth by God Omega. Cena beats AJ, then he hears, I told honestly, I see you clearly, everything has come alive. What is this? I told honestly, I see you clearly, everything. Oh, on this day, I see clearly everything's come to life, and a place, and a broken dream, and we'll leave it all behind on this day. It's surreal to me. I've been at a lot of shows, so I have a lot of practicing that song. That would be cool. It is not happening. He is locked into an AEW deal. The real elite package is the friends we made along the way, just like many of you in this chat. And I love every single one of you. Smash that thumbs up, people. My favorite thing about Takeshita is the New Japan documentary teaser they released where his wife, Yuka, says he's a big baby. And then the narrator says, big baby in English. It was very funny. Yeah. Why am I getting DMCA'd? Oh, because I'm singing the song? I don't care. Let DMCA me. Do it. Do it, people. Do it. Alter Bridge. It's like, no, don't do it. That was a parody song. That was a parody. That was different enough from the original. Right? Man, what else you guys want to talk about? What else do you guys want to talk about? You guys know it's a fan run show. SmackDown's coming on in a little bit, so I will get out of your hair fairly soon. You guys, again, want to guarantee your question or statement is read on the air. Be sure to leave a super chat. If you guys want to get access to all my new exclusive video essays, early access, exclusive access, be sure to become a channel member for as little as $5 a month. Help support your local content creator. DMCA me. Too bad Alter Bridge are very nice people. Yes. Kenny Omega with glasses. Kenny with glasses is always the dub. I think after... Oh, Caracol, good to see you. I think after Takeshita turns babyface on the Don Callis family, will turn on Okada, leading to Okada, Takeshita versus Fletcher and Andrade. Oh, but come on, I need Okada, Takeshita. I need that to be the match. I feel like that's the match for the Continental Classic, though, right? Right? That's the match for the Continental Classic. That's what I want. It's my match and I want it now. Do you know Stephen Flow? I don't know who Stephen Flow. I know Even Flow, which is a song which was Chris Jericho's theme song in WCW. A modern day Alter Bridge, but Alter Bridge nonetheless. Who? Speaking of Alter Bridge, I'm glad Beth's theme song is also an Alter Bridge track. Yo, my boy got the connections, bro. Cope got the connections. What can we say? Okada versus Takeshita should be the big match. I don't want Zack Sabre Jr. and New Japan to be sacrificed for this booking. Takeshita needs to win that title, though. I'm sorry. Look. I'm okay. Look. I'm here for. Look. No one loves Zack Sabre Jr. like I do right now. Okay, let's be honest about this. I even had to put the mic. The mic's going in the serious direction right now. This is the serious way. I love Zack. I love Zack Sabre Jr. He and I have taken many walks on the beach together. We have held hands. We have stroked each other's hair lusciously. Let me tell you right now, that man should not be the champion when he faces Takeshita later this year. He should not be leaving that match as the champion. Konosuke Takeshita needs to win the New Japan or the IWGP World Championship. New Japan was hitting when that man lost that belt. I love Zack Sabre Jr. His run this year has been bad. It has been very, very bad. Yeah, I know. I'm glad these quotes are breaking through though. But come on, Hiroki Goto figured it out in 2025, became the best wrestler in the entire world for 3 months, bro. Goto, not Zack Sabre Jr., Goto. And I love Zack, and I think he's going to do some fantastic things, but he needs to get away from the world title picture for a little bit. And I think Takeshita coming in, being that would make Takeshita like he's a winner of the G1. He finished the story. He beat Zack Sabre Jr. What a better story to tell between him and Okada in the final of the Continental Classic. I'm just saying. You don't look too serious, more like a goofball. Look, there's serious goofballs around, all right? Plenty of serious goofballs in pro wrestling. I gave NXT a chance this week. It sucked. That's crazy. Out of nowhere. NXT is catching strays. Okada, Takeshita, sign me up. Give me a best of 7. A best of 7 would be crazy between those two, dog. That would be wild. I'm here for it. Like I said, Takeshita should be present for New Japan more if he becomes a champion, unlike Moxley. I think he will certainly be present. He will be present in New Japan if that happens. Because he has that 3-way contract, so his priorities are with the company that basically needs him more. Take off the hat and put the tinfoil on. I got it. Look, the tinfoil never comes off. Tinfoil is always on. Ha ha. Sorry. Fucking Alex Jones' voice is crazy. We don't condone Alex Jones or anything he's ever said. But the meme is wild. The meme is wild. What else you guys got on your mind? Genuinely want the best in life for Big Takeshita. Dude is the best. Shout out to Takeshita, bro. Shout out to Take. I'm pretty sure, isn't his Twitter name Big Take Soup or something? Did I make, or is that Instagram? Well, actually, no. This is good. This is good because we can settle something here. Konosuke Takeshita on Instagram, his Instagram handle, as you can see right here, Real Take Soup. I want it to be known, Takeshita. I want it to be known. At this point, while I have not formally launched a lawsuit against you and your representation for this blatant violation of intellectual property for Real Take LLC, I might. And look, we all know. Look, Takeshita, all due respect, brother. I've been covering pro wrestling as Real Take since 2021. Since 2020, F it. Real Take Soup. What if I wanted to start a cooking channel, bro? What if I wanted to make soup on YouTube? That's my name. That's the brand. That's crazy. Real Take Soup. That's crazy work, Takeshita. Bro, he stole my whole flow. He's still bar for bar. What is that? What is that? We don't condone Soulja Boy on here. But nah, hold up. Where's that clip from the Breakfast Club? Where's that clip from the Breakfast Club real quick? Because this is blatant. This is so blatant. This is so blatant. Insanely blatant. I can't find it. I can only find the GIF. But this is crazy work. Bro stole my whole flow, bar for bar. Drake. Like, come on, bro. Come on, Mo. That's crazy work. Takeshita versus AJ Styles. Nah, bro. Takeshita versus my representation coming up in a courtroom near you. Zack Sabre Jr. beat and take does nothing, but Takeshita beating Zack does everything. Nah, he not beating these charges, though. You should copyright him. Absolutely. Give me that Real Takes channel. Real Take Soup is crazy. Bro. Real Take Soup. What if I wanted to start a soup channel, bro? That's my brand. That's my brand, bro. Nah, I'm mucking around. I'm playing, bro. Man. If you can really make a cooking show called Real Take Soup, I'll watch. Just make sure the recipes are really tasty. Dog, I'm Pakistani. Those recipes are going to be fire, literally and figuratively. You seen SpongeBob getting pulled over? I have not seen SpongeBob getting pulled over. I've been too busy. I've been too busy getting lost in rabbit holes on Reddit with the Orb of Confusion. You guys remember the Orb of Confusion? I mean, I already said that, I think, but shout out to the Orb of Confusion. That's a good meme. Takeshita versus God. Obviously, Takeshita wins. Oh, well, I don't know about that. I ain't gonna say all that, bro. I ain't gonna say all that. What I will say is that right here, guys, and we're gonna do this the right way this time. I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek into my latest video that is out now exclusively for members. We're gonna take a very quick, I promise, sneak peek at that video where I give my 5 bold predictions for WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. As you can see, it is out right now for members. Please go check that out. Back to shilling. No, this is an exclusive preview. What do you mean? This is what I do, bro. This is what I do. We're having fun. All right. So, but anyway, I did actually want to show you guys this because I wanted to get your reactions to it. Anyway, but we'll do a little bit of this and then we'll get back to the stream. But I did want to just give you guys a little preview because it is objectively like one of the most. This is the most fun I've ever had making a video. To me, this is the most fun I've ever had making a video. All right, let's check it out and let me know real-time feedback. What WWE might have in store for us when they bring WrestleMania to Riyadh in 2027. Buckle up, everyone, because I've got 5 of the boldest predictions for WrestleMania 43 live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. I'm Big Ohm for Real Take Wrestling. Be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get that Arab money and dive right in. My first bold prediction here has to do with retirements. Well, actually, unretirements. Over the past few years, we've had a slew of... That is the... Yeah, before you ask, that is the transition for every single bold prediction. That is the transition for every single bold prediction. Oh, man. Major WWE names retire for one reason or another. You have the likes of John Cena and The Undertaker, who were just around for a very long time, and it was just time for them to go away. But then you also have the likes of Triple H, who was forced to retire due to an unfortunate heart issue that he faces in his life. And okay, so that is your preview. That is all I want. First feedback. have a station mic like your streams. You only hold a mic like this. You want to cut promos, crash out on AAA on Triple Fraud. No. I like. I mean, no. I like the mic, man. I like the mic. I understand the stationary mic thing, but I like holding the mic. It gives me. It makes me feel a little bit. It brings out Big Ohm. Honestly, it fluctuates Big Ohm in my view. The video is cool and all, but let's see the analytics. Oh yeah, y'all want to see the analytics? You want to see the analytics? Well, if you want to see the analytics, you can see how many views it has and how many members have signed up by becoming a member for $5. Let's do it. You did that. Let's get that slavery, genocidal, misogynistic blood money, baby. yeah. We get an Arab money. Buster Rhymes wave. Arab money is a nice. No, honestly, dog. I was like, when I originally like went to making that video, I was like, dog, easy. I'm like that was the first thing. I was like, the entire video is based off of the transitions being this. And let me tell you, like these are these are some wild bold predictions, fam. These are some wild bold predictions. You have never been bigger ohmed than in your streams, especially tonight. Nah, bro, this video is crazy. I go down a rabbit hole in this video, like, but yeah, like, there's one. Okay, here's the thing. I mean, none of them are like. There's only one that's insane. The other ones are like all like pretty much they're gonna. I think every single thing I said is probably gonna happen. The other ones are just like, wow, that's crazy. But anyway, fun stuff. Insane bold predictions coming out publicly on Sunday. But if you want to get your chance at it early, obviously, members get it first, $5 a month, and free Palestine, free Yemen, Viva Palestina, every single day till the day I die. Shout out. We'll definitely be doing some sort of, because like, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've thought about it. I've thought about like how if I'm going to cover the, Saudi Mania show, the Royal Rumble show. I think where I've kind of landed on that is like my only real way of covering it is going to be through like a live stream, where I'll watch the show and then like donate like money to charity for it and like do like a fundraiser type deal. So that's probably what's going to end up happening. Just for awareness. Might change, might not cover it at all. That still might be the deal, but you have to see. But if I do, I promise you this, I will not be, I am not going to be like, shilling for Saudi Arabia anytime soon. I go down a rabbit hole every Omer stream. Yeah, that's basically what these streams are at this point. But yeah, free Palestine, free Yemen. Absolutely. We stroke each other's hair. Did you just get to that part? Come on, bro. Catch up. Watch on double speed, bro. Come on, man. My way of watching WrestleMania 43, A, don't watch. B, watch wrestling per usual. Yeah. Man. All right, guys. This has been a fantastic, fun, and stupendous stream, and I appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, I got a groove. I got it. This week got away from me. I look like Robin Williams from Jumanji, bro. Like, honest to God, I look like Robin Williams from Jumanji. There's some we got to tame this. We got to tame the beast. Look at the beast. The beast is beasting right now. Look at this. That's crazy work. Okay, so I'm gonna go trim my beard. I'm gonna go get a haircut this weekend. I got a lot of stuff I got to do, but I'm also gonna be putting out some content. Downfall of ROH coming out for members. The 5 bold prediction for WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia already out. That's gonna be released publicly on Sunday. So if you can be patient and wait, you can wait for that. But also remember, there's gonna be more videos coming out there. YouTube.com/WrestleVibes for all that wonderful, good, vibey content. And I'm going to be putting out more videos on YouTube.com/RealTakeSports. NFL season. Got to start grinding that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Leo, Wall Street, Kerikol, Frank, Dubla, Hunter, every single one of you. I appreciate Wall Street money. You guys are the reason I do this, Gerard, and I appreciate y'all just showing up, showing out, Adrian, every single week. It makes my day, it makes my evenings, and it makes this time that we all have on this planet a lot easier when we are just talking, shooting the breeze together, having a good time. Cubs fans, I am not a Cubs fan. I do go to Chicago quite a bit because some of my best friends in the world live there. Shout out to those of you out there in Chicago. Wall first money. Anyway, shout out to everyone in the chat. I appreciate you. I am not going to shave it. We will be trimming. The shave is, here's the thing. I think the shave is going to happen if I ever do like wrestling predictions. Like that might be a punishment. I think the shave is going to happen if it's like a punishment or something. We did that a couple of years ago for the channel formerly known as Off the Top, then known as Kiss the Ring, or now known as Kiss the Ring. But where I shaved, actually, before we do that, might as well. There was, let me see if I can find it real quick, because there is video of me shaving my beard on YouTube already. So we'll have that play us out. You guys can see that. If you haven't already, hit that like button. This is a wild stream. But shout out to the boys over at KTR. Kenny, don't copyright me for this. Go subscribe to youtube.com/KTR. But this is a great video. I'll link it in the description for sure. But if you guys want to see me own up and shave my beard on stream, it happened a couple of years ago, leading up to WrestleMania 40, because I lost a bet to this young boy, who is now a young man, Just Brian. Let's take a look. He turns red the day after Cody, after WrestleMania. I doubt that Cody is going to lose. So, in that vein, on your podcast, I am going to do something that I hope in the future, whenever you do make a bet, that you also do. And that's pony up.
Oh!
Why
There you go. One more time.
No.
Shaving the beard.
Why is he shaving the beard?
Why
Why are you doing it now? The bet isn't to like WrestleMania
Oh.
so far away.
I don't think Cody's gonna lose, Omar, and you
This is-
losing your
this is
beard.
This is how confident he is.
Bro, Kenny said, I don't think Cody's going to lose. That boy lost. Or I lost, bro. I lost. Cody, come on, bro. Cody was going to win that. Cody was going to win that. They already pivoted back. It was gone. Look at this, though. Look at what I had to do, bro. And I'm aura farming too. I'm doing the Roman Reigns like jaw thing, like, because I'm like, oh nah, ain't nobody.
Get him full screen.
Going to win that belt.
Get him full screen.
Oh my goodness.
Get him for
This is supposed to be happening
did it
outside the
early.
arena.
You
This is
guys are
supposed to be
getting it
happening
live.
Outside the arena. We're
It's
getting it
happening
live.
live
Oh,
and
man.
in living
Omar
color.
hasn't even lost a bet yet, and he's shaving the beard.
Golf.
Yeah,
Golf
this is
clap.
crazy.
This
It's
is what
over.
WWE's done to me. This is what WWE.
Oh,
man.
In the year
Wow.
of our Lord 2024, this is what WWE's done to me. I was yeah. Anyway, that happened. Go check that out on Kiss the Ring and all the other wacky moments that happen on there. Omar, one day I showed up to stream. He was clean shaven. I made sure to laugh for 30 minutes, then bring our Middle Eastern jeans. How fast it go. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I could shave tomorrow and have like the beard back in like 2 weeks, like thick beard back. Like I would have facial hair like the next day, like pretty substantial one. Anyway, all right. So that was that. Kenny Bomb, don't copyright me. If you do, we will be going to war. It will be KTR versus RT Dub. Nah, I'm just playing. Shout out. I'm when you're KTR for life. Too sweet, baby. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm Big Omer Q. Love you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you for spending your Friday evenings, mornings, or whatever the hell time it is, wherever you are. Thank you for spending the past hour and a half, 2 hours with me. You guys make this so much better for me. And by this, I mean everything. Love y'all. Till next time, keep it real.